Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Tethered movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. The movie begins by showing a forest where a woman lives with her son inside a house. The girl's name is Solomon and she is blind. His dad does not live with them, whereas Solomon's mom is completely focused on his training, because life in the jungle is not easy and Solomon could not even see. That is why his mother had tied him with a rope before going out of the hut. After all, so that it would not be difficult for him to return home, his mother had also taught him to set traps for hunting. Today they go to the forest and Solomon checks the traps, which were all empty except one trap. That is, today they got very little to eat, with which they go home. When the time comes to eat the prey, its temptation tells me that you know the law of the forest, don't you? We have to rob the forest of half of what the forest gives us. Therefore, Solomon divides his prey into two parts and goes towards the honey forests along with his wax. The rope tied with him was so long that he could reach near the dense forests but could not go inside them. She throws half of the prey into the forest from a distance and returns home. Next day they go fishing, but after not being able to catch a single fish for a long time, she tells her uncle that perhaps the worms we have put on the fishhook are small. As soon as he hears this, he goes into the forest to collect big insects. While he was searching for insects by hitting his hands on the ground, suddenly he gets a chain in his hands, which becomes a hobby when he feels it, because chain was used to tie things. He wonders who will be imprisoned here. Sensing that there was a commotion in the forest by touching this Sanjeev, Selvan's mom searches for him and reaches to him and scolds him that who asked me to come so far. Do you know that this general is so dangerous? Come on. Seeing his mother angry, he says sorry to her and she takes him home. She was looking nervous. This behavior of hers makes us think that there is something that she was trying to hide. At night she tells the story of a goat who was forbidden to go into the forest, and one day when she went into the forest, he died that day. Mom herself had written this story of death for him that she never got scared of going from here to the forest after listening to the story. The form asks questions about death. In response, her mother says that she doesn't know where people want to go after death. But I believe that death is not the end and you also have to believe in this. These were his last words. After that his mom had gone away somewhere. Years passed and neither did she return nor did Solomon hear anything about her. While leaving, in the tape recording, he had apologized to Selman for leaving him and also told him 3 rules to live his life, without which he would have died. The first of these rules was that if he brought anything from the forest, he would return half of it back to the forest. The second is that if he ever feels scared or is in trouble, then Salman will sing the song that his mother used to sing with him, and the third is that whenever he leaves the house, he will not leave his rope. Many years of Salona's life passed by following these rules and she learned a lot. Then a day came that when he went out to hunt in the forest, he did not find anything in the name of hunting. When he went fishing in the river, he caught a fish with great difficulty, and because he was too greedy, he saw our fish and did not give anything in the forest, and as a result, when night fell, he started hearing strange sounds from the forest. Doesn't pay much attention to those voices. Although he knew that he had broken a rule today, he lies down to sleep, and after the stormy night passes, he notices that his goat did not show at all today. Feeling something strange, he goes out and finds his goat dead. He doesn't even sleep because of all these things. Now he had very little food left, and today when he again went to the forest for hunting, he surprisingly found a dead person. This had never happened before. He was thinking about the same things when suddenly he heard a human voice, which shocked him a lot because till date he had never heard the voice of any third person other than his mom and dad. There was a hunter named Hang who had also hunted this deer, and he was telling Central to stay away from his prey. Whenever he came close to say to take away his prey, he used to attack him with his knife. Attacks, due to which the hunter's hand got injured. The hunter in turn shoots his gun above his head. Because of him, Solomon becomes unconscious. When he regains consciousness, Hange is sitting in front of him and the Salument cook himself is refusing to panic. Saluman notices that he is close to his home. He asks Hang, "How did you get my house?" When you hang him using your rope, he asks, "Child, do you live alone in this forest?" Solvan does not answer the thank you question because he got angry because he called himself a child. Hang apologizes to her and says that if you allow me to stay at your house for one night, I will give some of it to eat. Look, it is about to be night and the danger will increase in the forest at night because he liked it. That is why he had allowed him to stay in his house. Cooks food and also starts checking Solomon's house because he was surprised how a blind man is spending his life alone in a string. The question says, where are your mom and dad? And how do you live here? If you want, I can take you from here to some safe place. When you say that I am very happy in this house, it means that he did not stay there but had gone to sleep. The storm passes at night and the menace starts coming from the forest again. He asks, "Do you know what these sounds are made of?" He didn't even know what they were like by hearsay, because he had never heard such noises before today. Now Hang goes towards the forest with his gun to check what is the sound of. Hang had gone to those dense forests where Solomon was not allowed to go. Here Sloman would give half of his food every day to those who had decided to kill any dangerous animal with his gun. He notices a huge bear lying badly dead in the forest. It was Iran. What could be there that was bigger and more powerful than Bahalo? The day the bear was killed. Before he could go further to check something, he feels that something is following him. He runs to save his life and after coming back home asks, "Do you know what was the thing that was chasing me?" But Solomon had some ideas about this also. Then the next day Thanak had to leave from here but he had a whole deer with him. He tells him that he has to keep this deer safely. "Do you have a place like this?" When Solomon responds angrily, the hag says, "No problem. I will make a place where the deer's carcass can be safely stored. Just for this work I will need some things which also includes a chain." Salman says, "Hamid, I know what Sanchit you will find in the middle of the forest." This was the same Sanjeev whom Solomon had seen in his childhood. Both of them reach that Sanjeev. Hang was also surprised to see the chain in the middle of the forest. He also wanted to know who was tied with this chain and what. Walking along the chain, he reaches a secret chamber. Before he can look at the gar from inside, another bird of prey tries unsuccessfully to attack him, causing him to retreat in fear. After they return home with as much live as they need, Hang sees that some piece of deer meat was thrown inside the forest. He questions him, "Why did you do this?" Solomon says that I have been told to do this and I have been doing it for years. He finds all these things strange. He thinks that perhaps Solvan's mom might be doing magic etc. Thanks tries to explain to Saluman that this is the thing you are afraid of. Maybe it is an animal and if you want and help me, we can easily catch it and kill it and all your danger can be avoided and then you will not have to give your share of food to anyone. But now the issue was that the rope of Salmana was not long enough to go inside the forest. "Thank you, this is not a problem, leave it all to me." These people had become good friends through conversations. Hang tears a lot of clothes and ties them with a rope, due to which his receipt becomes a little longer. These people go into the forest, but after going into the forest, suddenly someone attacks Solomon and pulls him back. Fits well on the side. Thank saves him and finds him home. This was all quite strange. Solomon was very scared of all these things. That's why he asks Hang to listen to him read the story from the book that my mother always read to me. Hang was also troubled by this incident in the forest. That's why he goes to Solomon's Sony in the forest to check. What exactly is there? Hang had gone into the forest to a gate inside which something was tied with a chain. While Solomon, on the other hand, was also upset about Hange's departure, he also sets out towards the forest to find Hange. But because the rope was short, it was difficult for him to move forward. Because of this, Sevo untied his rope and in this way he also broke the second roll told by his mother. Going further into the forest, he finds Hang dead, seeing which he was very sad. He starts crying loudly and at the same time he again starts hearing scary sounds very close to him. We are shown that what was there was not some big animal or monster but it was a 2-year-old wax whose eyes had completely changed. As if they were occupied with something else. Solomon could not see his mother. He didn't even know that she was his mom. In fear, he starts singing the song told by his mother, due to which his mother comes to know that his stomach has come there. As soon as she goes and hugs her son, Kalo Macha kills him with his eyes. He had no idea that he had killed his mother because he could not see and his mother was not able to speak. After killing his mom, we see Kissa's eyes also become like his mom's. What happened to Tuluman after all? His entire family had some kind of debt due to which Solomon's dad first turned to someone strange, and when we saw in the beginning of the movie that Mom and Solomon throw their prey in the forest, then perhaps he wanted that food for his dad. Let's throw. After that, what will happen to his wife? Mom Pia? And then Solomon kept throwing half of his prey in the forest every day for his mother, without knowing why he is doing this. And then when his mother died, this curse befell him. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.